Hey everyone, it's Simi Sarah here. I know it's been a little bit and sorry for the delay, so thank you so much for your patience. Today we are in Hockham House in City Living with a apartment renovation for a multi-generational family. I love the idea of taking this ginormous apartment that is with the lot trait of the historical and turning it into basically like two en suites inside of the one apartment. So I will be having like a main entrance where everybody enters, which is where all those doors are. And then from there, we'll split off into two apartments. The one apartment will be for a family. I decorated it for like one girl and then either twin babies or twin toddlers. And then a parent's bedroom. And then I decorated the other ensuite as either grandma and grandpa's place or just one or the other. So that place is designed for grandma and grandpa's likings, and then the other side is designed for more like the parents' liking. So I did kind of change around a couple of the layouts a little bit later here, because I did think initially that I wanted them to share a dining room space, thinking that with the multi-generation, maybe they all eat family meals together. But I thought that maybe that was something that they could just enter through the front door, because I had a way that it worked, but I kind of wanted to get a couple more spaces together. So instead of necessarily connecting the dining room, I did end up connecting the laundry room. So the laundry room is shared between the two suites, and both of them have a door leading into it, which means both sides can basically get into each other's apartments without having to go necessarily through the front door. But I am in the first bedroom, and this is for a little girl or a teenage girl. I kind of went for a teenage girl vibe because I create this really neat like closet space and just like sitting space. They got their own room, that beautiful harebone pattern that's up on the wall behind the bed. I really like that as an accent to help the bed and just like the room pop a little bit more. And that is from the bowling pack. I am working on trying to figure out curtains because the windows kind of go into the wall on the right side. I just couldn't. I was kind of just messing around and trying to find something that would work. I do believe I settled on the vintage glamour set that are right there before I start working on this like really neat desk space for our like the teenager that I had in mind. So it basically becomes a desk space along with like a makeup table, which comes with vintage glamour, but I kind of wanted it to fit the theme of like that more modern look. So this is very contemporary on this side of the apartment, where the other side of the apartment will be for more cottage living style for grandma and grandpa, like old country style. So the shelves I just kind of combined, and then I wanted to make this like little seat space underneath the window, and I kind of like filled it up with like shoes and like fun decorations and things, because I thought that the teenager might be like obsessed with fashion and might go into the fashion world. So you'll see some like magazines and things as well. And that kind of concludes like what my teenager's living space entails. One thing that I would have probably preferred to have changed in this side of the apartment was the bathroom situation. It wasn't my favorite how the parents have to share along with the teenage daughter or the little girl. And it just kind of was a smaller bathroom than I anticipated. But that's just something for like learning wise. I really like talking about what's something you could improve on when you look back at some of your builds. But I loved using all of the plant kits as well from the blooming kit, as well as the terrarium from the industrial loft kit, and that wall painting, or I guess you could call a mural, is also from the industrial kit. So as I'm starting working on the bathroom, I decided that it can't just lead into both mom and dad's, or the parents' room and the daughter's room because the bathroom layout just wasn't working well, and I just didn't think it really fit. So I ended up moving the bathroom and making it a little smaller in order to create basically a hallway for all of the doors to lead to. So that caused my teenage daughter room to all have to get like rearranged and moved over so that the door worked like more fluidly, I guess I would say. And yeah, so you can just see me like trying to get it all to fit a little bit better now that that new door is in. And then just kind of, I end up making the hallway flow really well from the kitchen later on. But like I said, this bathroom is smaller than I anticipated, and I wanted a separate bathroom for mom and dad. One thing I will say with the multi-generation like playing thing, I had the bedroom. So I actually have like 3 bedrooms on the family side, and one of the bedrooms is going to turn into a toddler baby space that is connected to the parents' room. I thought that would be kind of a more convenient or tailored to the family's needs of keeping little kids nearby to mom and dad, especially like it being kind of connected to the bedroom. So, but before I get into that, I just wanted to talk about on Sims Community, they went through about the scenario playthrough, surviving the holidays, as well as the new neighborhood progression, I guess, stories. They didn't call it the same thing, which I found kind of interesting. So I guess I'm kind of curious to know how it's been going. So the reason I hadn't been uploading in a while is for 2 reasons. The first reason is the holidays with family, and we just got all together, and I just did not have a lot of time to spend on my computer, and I just wanted to enjoy family. And then the second reason was whatever time I did have, I really wanted to work on just like playing The Sims and focusing a little bit more on that. The reason behind that is there's like a couple reasons. First, I just really wanted to play The Sims. I missed playing it and not just like building, but I kind of wanted to see The Sims again and just playing it without story progression, and then because I knew that that was coming out, because I wanted to really like know the difference between before and after. And I think it's pretty obvious if you are a Sims player, but I just wanted to see what it would be like to be a little bit more specific, as well as I played through another scenario. I can't decide if I should make a separate video on it, so I don't want to give away it in this walkthrough. But I'm going to talk about one of the scenarios I just finished playing through as well. So I don't want to give away too many details, but this is our kitchen as well as our entrance space for the family side. I kind of wanted to go with some darker looks because I always tend to make the kitchens really bright and modern, which I really like. That's my style. So I wanted to try something a little different by using the tile from the Jungle Pack, as well as like on the wall, as well as like different counters, bottoms, cabinets and overhead cabinets. And then like here I was talking about like I was really like trying to make this work. Like, did I want my dining room in a separate space? Do I want it connected to the grandparents' bedroom? And I decided not to do that. So you'll see me like, basically destroy that whole room and then create basically like a little half bath right there for the guests to use or whoever needs to use it. So the other thing that came out along with neighborhood progression is the new villainous Valentine and neighborhood confident traits that are added into the base game pack. So the one deviance category, there's several goals, but you need to get caught cheating 10 times, achieve X status with other Sims 5 times, and break up couples 10 times. And once you complete the aspiration, your like reward is the Twisted Heart reward. And basically what that means is they would never let you like see their heart. So they gain bonus social from mean and mischief socials, while shrugging off sad and embarrassed moods much faster than other Sims. The other one is called the Neighborhood Confidant. And this is the other, like basically goes under popularity category. And several goals, but basically, number one, you need to successfully advise and influence the lives of other Sims 20 times. You need to become good friends with 5 Sims 5 times and achieve a level 7 charisma skill 7 times. Once you do that, you'll be rewarded with the confident reward trait, which means that you will be able to easily avoid boring conversations and are more successful in getting to know others. Okay, so I wanted to kind of do a little speculation thing on the Villainous Valentine. Even as soon as I saw it, I was like immediately drawn to the new show that's been out, or not new show, but like new season 3 of You. If you haven't seen that, it's on Netflix. Currently there are 3 seasons and it's already been renewed for a 4th season. I had actually never heard of that show until basically I had a whole bunch of friends on my Facebook that were talking about it. So I like binge watched the whole thing in a couple of days, and I was so like obsessed or like interested in that show. I don't know, for some reason there was just something about it that was really capturing, like attention wise. So basically, like, Joe is this villainous Valentine in the TV show. Like, I don't know if he necessarily has got caught cheating 10 times, but he has this idea of wanting to destroy, not on purpose, but like if somebody doesn't love him well enough or whatever, then he does what he has to do. And so I don't want to give out spoilers, but Villainous Valentine reminds me of Joe from You. And then the Neighborhood Confidant makes me think of like the neighbors from, honestly, you could pick your choice, because this could also be Joe when he was trying to rescue the neighborhood boy and his mom who was being abused by her ex. Or you could go the other way, where season 3, when Joe and his, I don't want to say too much spoilers, but basically their neighbors, Joe's neighbor could be considered really like charismatic and like that couple, the power team couple and things like that. So I don't know, maybe somebody in the EA Sims 4 community has really gotten into that show, or maybe this just so happens to line up with the same time. I'm not really sure, but kind of exciting to have new aspirations. It's been a while, especially when we're adding all these other new things, and it feels like you do the same aspirations over and over again. So it kind of adds another in-depth way of making this game more 3D and not so flat, I guess. Especially because that's what the Sims team really wanted to do, was to find out how to make the game a little bit more interesting. So yeah, this was a really simple thing, obviously, because like each trait only has like 3 things like to accomplish it. So it's not adding like a ton of depth, but honestly, anything at this point is better than nothing. The other thing that is coming out in pretty soon is the like little holiday items, and I'm so excited for them. They're so cute. If you haven't seen a screenshot, I would definitely recommend taking a peek. But the one that I'm really excited about is the aprons that like are like wall decorations, and they're gonna go on the wall. Oh, they're so cute. I think that's going to be just like a really fun thing to add to the kitchen decor, is just like these aprons that maybe mom and kid or whoever who's cooking can use. So I'm really excited for those aprons. Also, there's a couple new items that you can cook with or create and cook. So that's going to be a pretty exciting addition as well. And that is all free with the base game. Anyways, I just finished up the parents' bedroom. I went for a pretty bold reddish purple color theme, I guess. And right away you can see like the archway into the baby room or toddler room. If you want to swap out those cradles, it would be really easy to do so, because I do have a lot of toddler toys already in this room, but I use the toddler little fence and I make it around that archway so that the toddlers can't just freely roam into mom and dad's bedroom. But I really wanted it to be an archway and not a door, thinking that the parents just like want to hear their little babies every cry or every need and things and can quickly respond. So yeah, I wanted to keep that with the archway. And so that toddler little fence is sitting there. I made a video a little bit ago about the things I really miss in The Sims 3. And the number, like, I didn't put them in order from me, but one of the biggest things I really miss is the daycare career. I loved trying to juggle multiple children and taking care of their needs. So that little fence like reminded me of the toddler pack or like the daycare career, because I would use that to kind of keep the toddlers and things in a certain section of the house to prevent basically from wasting time in terms of getting like all of their needs taken care of, because that was a big, if you wasted too much time, then you couldn't get all the needs taken care of in time before the parents arrived. But here I am in the second apartment. This is for the grandparents or grandparent, and it could be however you want to decide how large of a family you want to do. But this is more centered around their likes and dislikes. So we went for more of a cottagey feel and like older, like wallpaper, I guess. What are those called? I don't know, like scallions or something. But like the little prints on it. I even end up changing all the modern doors. I really thought like we needed to make this all the way through. So yes, the entrance door stays the same because essentially like that is the buildings doors, but the apartments themselves could be fixed up however the tenants wanted it to work. So I make a little entrance way for them and a really small little nook for the dining room table, just for like 2 people, because you know it's not for a giant family or anything like that. And then I use a couple of different cabinets on the top to kind of create that look, both from the country living pack and the cottage living pack. Then I take this island living like separator. I kind of wanted to use it to just kind of get a little bit more texture or pop in the front, and maybe, who knows, like if it, you know, imagination wise, you could say that it could flip open or something like that so that it would create a little bit of privacy between the kitchen and the entrance or something. Then I head into the one and only bedroom for the grandparent side, and I do make it a double bed in case you want to do 2 grandparents. And then yes, there is only one bathroom as well on this side for the grandparents. I didn't think they really would be like the hosting type, and if they were the hosting type, I feel like it would be on the family side with all like the kids and the parents and all of that. And yeah, this also, if you're not into maybe the legacy challenge, could be the butler's like private quarters. That could kind of be like a cool storyline, as well as giving the butler their own space. But I did end up decorating it with a couple of activities and skills like cross stitching and knitting. I do end up putting the actual activities for skill building in the room as well. And I use in the laundry room, which you saw, I added a whole cabinet of like the storage basically for all of their different things that they could make. So that is attached right to this and to this room. And that's where the laundry room is. So that's how we kind of connect it to both sides of the apartment. And yes, I really like the yellow tone and theme that I went with. I've also finally firmly decided that the cats and dogs curtains that I used in that bedroom are my favorite curtains, because they can be used so widely and don't have to be too specific. But anyways, I am just finishing up the last bathroom. I do end up putting in the vintage glamour makeup like space and using some like antique-ish looking bathroom items, getting some toothbrushes and using the towel rack from Vintage Glamour, as well as the towel holder for washing hands and things. And then all I end up doing is finishing up the entrance. I'm obsessed with this entrance area because it's like my favorite type of theme, I guess. And then I do what you'll see, like that regular door that's connecting to this entrance ends up being a bathroom. And I wanted it to be like that for guests to use so that they wouldn't have to use like the private space. But it is a really like luxurious bathroom with like a giant tub and things like that. So it doesn't necessarily fit the theme of either of the apartments, but that was because I wanted it to be almost like it was owned by the apartment building themselves. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I hope to see you guys back very soon. Thanks for your patience.